After a night of long celebrations, I know Arsenal fans celebrate a lot, we have the player ratings in, compiled by the Rokani media team, and we're here to obviously let you know what this has all been about. This is the Rokani Media Football. Rokan David is my name. My initials are RD, and you can as well subscribe to this channel to see to it that we hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this week. This is a hunt down, and I know we are gonna really hit that level. So we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslim is Barakallahu Fikum, and we come in here to bring you the player ratings as far as this beautiful game of football that ended yesterday was concerned. Arsenal going into the second position, reducing that 5-point gap between them and Liverpool to 2. If Man City win tonight, Arsenal goes third. If Man City draws, Arsenal remains second. But remember, Manchester City have a very huge goal into this season, because if they win their game in hand and it's against Brentford, they take what we call center stage and they top the Premier League table. So let's get into the player ratings. David Raya, that one goal he conceded, I don't blame him for it. That is it. And the rest of the things he did were right. He ticked all the boxes through being a reference every time he was needed by his players that played around him. Then sweep goalkeeping. Did it on like 3-4 occasions, and his ball distribution was really great, and it shows you exactly why Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to tell his bosses that he's the first choice goalkeeper that I want to be at Arsenal. That is a confirmation coming in through from Arteta that he wants this lad. And to me, at the beginning of the season, when he was brought in through, I thought that he was really far off from Ramsdale because he was making mistakes after mistakes. But it looks like after him settling in, he has gone ahead to obviously get to know every player, and he has gone ahead to really represent Arsenal to the fullest. That's why Aaron Ramsdale wants out in the summer. And David Raya gets a 7 out of 10 for me. We go to the right back of Arsenal, and the right back, Benjamin White, he closed down Luis Diaz. You know, every occasion he closed him down to an extent that Luis Diaz had to try to foul him to see to it that he gets on his head and gets space, but it was never acceptable. The only time Luis Diaz went ahead to obviously get close into that side of Arsenal, and I think go past Ben White, was at the beginning of the first half, where he really made a very good run from his box and really reached the final third with the ball. So that's when he really overpowered Ben White. But Ben White defended very well. He defended very well. He limited his runs in the offensive areas, and I think it was really tactical by Mikel Arteta, because he knew to it that if that space is left for this guy to occupy it, it's gonna really cause a lot of havoc for the side of Arsenal. And I'm giving a 7 out of 10 for Benjamin White. Left back Zinchenko, 6.5 out of 10. He inverted very well, and he was really disciplined. Let me give him a 7.5, because that pass that he does to Odegaard to obviously release Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz fires at the goalkeeper fists its back into the vicinity of Bukayo Saka, and Bukayo Saka rebounds it in the back of the net to make it 1-0 for the side of Arsenal. It was courtesy of that guy. But Arsenal played a very beautiful game from the back. I counted close to 11 touches that resulted into that first goal for the side of Arsenal into that fixture. So they really played very well, and they got everything to do. And I give him a 7.5 out of 10. Though he was really taken off, and Jakub Kiwior came on through to do the job to close down that side of the left back. Saliba, I think it had a very good game apart from that mistake with him and Gabriel Magalhaes. He gets a 7 out of 10 for me, because they really had defended Liverpool very well. And for your information, Liverpool had 1 shot on target. And why don't I get Saliba a 7 out of 10? Then Gabriel Magalhaes, 7.5 out of 10. I think he really played better, a little bit better than Saliba, but I think that central defense really did well. To see to it that Liverpool gets 1 shot on target in that entire game, it is something celebratory, and they need to celebrate it with high fives in there for you. So I'm giving Gabriel Magalhaes a 7.5. Jorginho, guys, if you watched my match preview, I told you the beauty of this guy, and this guy was really out of this world. He was really out of this world, and his performance is really top notch. Vintage performance coming through from Jorginho in that CDM area, And I told you that guy is really important. And there is a comment I read in the comment section of the match preview, the match reaction, that Arsenal needs a Zubimendi. And that's the exact reason why Arteta needs a Zubimendi, meaning that he wants to be having a midfielder who is like Jorginho, who does the hold-up play very well and passes and does the passes that are really required. And that's exactly what this guy brings onto the center stage of Arsenal. So I think if I'm Arsenal, I keep Jorginho here for one more season, sell Thomas Partey, get in Zubimendi. You get? Then next season, I go in and really get in a midfield, another £100 million midfielder. Because Jorginho has shown us that when you need him most, he gives you the best that you deserve. And that's what Jorginho gets you. The interceptions, the passing, the way he really went ahead to calm down. He was a reference in that central axis, and he made very many interceptions. And that's why I was not shocked when he was named the player of the match by Sky Sports. So Jorginho, he gets an 8.5 out of 10 for me. That's Jorginho. Declan Rice lost in the game, but he did a lot of hard work. He ran, his ball passing was not great, but his energies were really great. Arsenal had two players in that midfield that could obviously wrestle it out with everyone. With Odegaard dropping deep, numbers really acted compact in that midfield, and with Kai Havertz also playing that free role into that game, gave him another goal to really do well. So I'm getting him an 8.5 out of 10. That is Jorginho for you. Martin Odegaard, 8 out of 10. I liked his energy, and I liked the way he obviously motivated the crowd of Arsenal every time the crowd really went down. It was like telling them, we can really get this done. The way he passed, the way he really composed himself. I like one thing about Odegaard. He's not selfish, and shooting at goal is his last option. But whenever he gets that ball at the 18 box area, he has to look in for a pass. And for the first goal, you know who releases Kai Havertz? It's Martin Odegaard. It's Martin Odegaard who releases him, and the rest is history. So I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. We go to Bukayo Saka, a goal, and it was really great, though he felt like he was injured, but he also takes an 8 out of 10. I really liked his energy and being clinical. You get that goal, and that is really great for you. And if at all you never knew, Bukayo Saka in the previous 3 games was going to play for Arsenal. He has gone ahead to score a goal against Fulham, I think at the Emirates. How? I think when Arsenal played, ever since Arsenal returned from the break, they've gone ahead almost to win every game. 5 against Crystal Palace, 2-1 against Nottingham. Saka had a goal in there for you, and he went ahead to have a goal in here. So I think Saka's gone ahead to do a lot of jobs for the side of Arsenal, and has gone ahead to really hit what we call 15 goal contribution this season. No Arsenal player is close to him. That's only in the Premier League. In the Premier League, he now has, I think, are they 7 or 8 goals and 7-8 assists. That is Bukayo Saka for you. So he's on fire, and I told you he has not yet gone ahead to reach the levels that he was playing at last season, but I want him to keep scoring and putting in assists, because the rest will come on itself, and I think it will come in through when Arsenal need it most, especially in the final bend of the season. So he gets an 8 out of 10 for me, and he really did better. We go to Gabriel Martinelli. I told you when a player does something great, though I've been criticizing him, I come out and really tell you he has gone ahead to perform well. Now, this is what I want. Arteta proved me wrong yesterday as to why I was really hinting on starting Trossard, and he started Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli, very, very much important into that tie of Liverpool versus Arsenal, scoring the second goal, and he was rampant. You saw to it that even when the manager was taking off the field of play, he really felt like I shouldn't really get on. But when Trossard came on, he also scored. So Martinelli ties with Jorginho at 8.5 out of 10 into that game. He was really all over the place, and I think he really played very well. Welcome back, Martinelli, and he gets his 6th goal of the season. If at all I'm not mistaken, 6th goal of the season. I think this is where you want them and Saka to really hit the ground running. I've always told you, I reiterate my words on these two people. If Arsenal is to have a say onto the Premier League trophy, Saka and Martinelli have to raise up to the occasion. And how do they raise up to the occasion? By doing exactly what they did yesterday. Score those goals. Score those goals. Martinelli, aim at 20 goals in a season. Champions League, Premier League. Saka, aim at 20, that will obviously take him to where he deserves to be. So that is it, coming in through from Gabriel Martinelli, 8.5. Kai Havertz, guys, he's another player that deserves an 8.5. I know most of you have been really having agendas on him, but you saw exactly what he can get you in games where you need him. So yesterday he was really everywhere. He almost stepped on every grass blade onto Emirates Stadium, and he really did great for the side of Arsenal. First goal, responsible. For the red card of Konate, he's responsible, because if Liverpool remain 11, they could produce a moment of magic in the remaining 12 minutes that Arsenal played when Liverpool were really a man down. So he plays a very huge role that most people haven't gonna hint on, of sending this guy out of the pitch, and Arsenal went ahead to obviously enjoy. So that is exactly what happened at the Emirates, and Kai Havertz really did lots of things. Ran into the midfield, ran into the final third, causing VAR to obviously look for penalty when for that interception in his run by McAllister of Liverpool. This guy was all over the place, and we all know exactly what he did. So 8.5 for me for this guy called Kai Havertz. We go to the substitutions. Jakub Kiwior, 7 out of 10 for me. He was really solid, and I like the way he blocked any cross from that right side of Liverpool. Then Arteta went ahead to bring on Leandro Trossard. Leandro Trossard came on for Martinelli. He got himself a goal, and that is the competition I really like. Score, I score. Score, I score. Now, I want the manager to be spot for choice. And I remember, I think, was it last season, when he was asked about that scenario, he told us that as a manager, he loves that. That's what he told us, that he loves to be in a dilemma when all his players are really performing very well, because it puts him in a better position to obviously choose a player. Even if he chooses one wrongly, he'll go out on the field of play and really make things happen. That's what he went ahead to tell us as a manager of Arsenal. So I'm really excited about him having such players, and every manager would love to be in such a situation. So I'm getting Trossard an 8 out of 10. The way he came in through, he ran all over the place, and that solo effort goal is really magnificent. And those are some of the lockers that he hadn't gone ahead to obviously unlock at Arsenal, but he has shown us that when space is there, he operates better. When he's in tight spaces, he's the best operator. So that is the guy, Leandro Trossard, taking away an 8 out of 10. The other player that came on was Reiss Nelson. Reiss Nelson came on from Bukayo Saka. Sad moment that Saka couldn't obviously go ahead. And I really got to my analysis that it was a blessing in disguise for Saka to leave, because I think Saka's game had come to an end, and you needed a Reiss Nelson, a firebrand, to come in through and really run at these defenders. And you saw to it that Reiss Nelson was an immediate threat. The introduction of Trossard and Reiss Nelson went ahead to bear instant results, because Liverpool was expanded. They were expanded, and they couldn't obviously know who to mark and who not to mark. That's why you saw to it that as they dropped deep, as they dropped high, or they pressed that side of Arsenal, Konate comes into the mix, almost into the final third of the pitch. That's where Konate finds himself getting a second bouquet of offense, because Arsenal have pacey players. Why did he really got hold of that Kai Havertz guy? Because he knew to it that there is Reiss Nelson, there is Trossard ahead of him, and they couldn't match the pace, and they went ahead to obviously get that man set off. And it was a tactical plan that acted better, because I knew to it that Arteta wouldn't have gone ahead to take off Saka if at all Saka never really said, I cannot continue anymore. Reiss Nelson came in through, he did the job. He at once or twice really threatened to obviously get Arsenal a goal, but he really kept himself composed into that beautiful game of football, and I give him a 7.5 out of 10. That is Reiss Nelson. Who else came on? Let me check here. I really want to be exact. Arsenal, where are you at? Liverpool, Arsenal. There might be another player that came on, but I remember those are the only ones that really came on through, and the manager really Arsenal made how many substitutes? 3 only. So I was right, 3 only. We go to the manager Mikel Arteta. I give him an 8 out of 10, a masterclass, and getting that win to get you back into the trophy race is really very important. And you have to credit him that he aided Jurgen Klopp when it came to tactics, you know. And who is my man of the match? My man of the match is Jorginho. Jorginho was really elite in that midfield, and he was really the best player on the field of play. Though goals came in through, but there is a man who was at the center stage of really destroying every plan that Liverpool brought up front, you know, and it is Jorginho taking away my man of the match. I don't know who your man of the match is. Go into the comment section and tell me who your man of the match is. Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We sign out for now. See you later. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, because we want to hit the magic number of 20,000 before the end of this week. If it fails this week, next week, it will be our target. We out. Bye-bye.